Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Hacks and Hunt. Today I am back in the shop at TNT Archery here in St. George, Utah, giving a shot for the Rx4 Alpha. So you have the shorter axle as well as the VXR by Matthews 28-inch. So basically almost just about the same. The Hoyt is 29.5-inch axle. VXR is 28. So we are going to do first impressions, just getting a shot off. First impressions on just kind of the weight and the balance of the bow. Both of them just have a rest on it as well as sight, no stabilizers or anything like that. So we're just going to kind of go the bare necessities to shoot these things. So if you guys want to see which bow shoots better, which one I prefer more, then go ahead and stay tuned and we will find out. Alright guys, first up is going to be the Carbon Rx4 Alpha. So this is the 29.5-inch axle Carbon Rx4 made by Hoyt. First impressions, holding the bow very steady. Holding in a hand here, it doesn't want to tip forward and it doesn't want to tip back. It's pretty just dead in the hand right there. Just very well balanced. But we're gonna go ahead and shoot it, see what it feels getting the first shot off, and see what the first impressions are on this first shot. So we'll let you guys be able to see this bow in action right here. So first off, draw cycle's very smooth. Very smooth. Let's go ahead and draw that one more time, nice and slow. I like that draw cycle, very good, smooth draw cycle. Back wall's pretty dang solid. See if we can show you guys that cam. That's me pulling pretty hard and it's not moving very much at all. So let's go ahead and anchor in. That balance is pretty dead on and it does want to stay very consistent with where I have my pin set. It doesn't want to float around too much, so that's really nice. Shoots really good. Pretty quiet. Initial first shot, pretty good sound there. So let's go ahead and shoot it one more time. Focus on our hand shock and jump forward with the bare bow. So there's a little bit of hand shock there. Not too much. Not as much as my RX1 has, so that is nice. Jump forward, very minimal for a bare bow. Does jump forward just a little bit. Not quite as much as the Rx4 Ultra. That one I felt did jump forward quite a bit more. Let's go with the third shot out of this Rx4 Alpha. Very consistent feeling. Draw cycle's very smooth. I have absolutely no complaints. Let's go ahead and look at the string angle. We're gonna bring you guys a little bit closer to me. Let's go right here. All right. So I want you guys to pay attention to this string angle. Hoyt's also been known for having a wider string angle. This being a whole, what was the last one, 31, 32 inches, down to 29.5-inch axle. It's gonna make that string angle a lot steeper, but let's go ahead and see what that's looking like. So if you guys can see there. So I'm gonna do my typical anchor points that I do with my bow. I do notice that right here would be about where I am with my RX1, and then here is where I am with this string angle. So it is a little bit steeper, obviously, that's what you're gonna get, but definitely shootable and not that big of a difference. Have no complaints about that at all. It does shoot very smooth, so let's go ahead, grab those arrows, and then shoot the Matthews VXR. So down here, guys, the group is actually pretty tight. There's no peep on the bow itself, but I'm just kind of aiming in the same spot, and the grouping is pretty good down there. All right, guys, second up is the Matthews VXR. This is the 28-inch. Show you guys right here. So this is a 28-inch axle to axle. Very sleek looking bow. I mean, that thing's tiny. Like, I'm a pretty little dude, and it's so maneuverable. Throw this on a backpack would be so easy. Sitting in a tree stand or a blind, like, you're not going to be hitting anything. You're going to have a lot of room for movement. So let's go ahead and shoot this balance wise compared to that Rx4 Alpha. It is a little bit more top heavy. It does want to tip, but not like 2 years ago with the Matthews Triax. They've definitely brought the balance to a much better state with this bow. First impressions on the looks super sick. This new, I don't know if it's army green or what the color is name wise, but the green color is freaking awesome. It looks so good. It has a little bit of a, almost like a rough finish to it, kind of a matte rough finish, which I'm pretty big fan of. But let's just get down to it. Let's just shoot this thing. So this one is also set at 70 pounds and 30-inch draw length. So let's draw this back. Pay attention to the draw cycle. It's a lot, I feel like it's a lot harder to pull back than that Hoyt was. They're both set at 70 pounds. Just those bigger cams, and then the back wall. Let's go ahead and show you guys those cams there. Pretty dang solid. I'm pushing that pretty hard. So that back wall is solid. Let's go ahead and anchor here with my eyes closed. And that string angle, it doesn't feel as steep as it is. It really doesn't. And it settles so flat. Holy crap. Hold up. This literally feels like I'm shooting a sniper. This thing is so quiet and so smooth. I will say it has a lot less hand shock, but let's try that one more time. Those cams are a lot more aggressive though. They get a little tough to pull back there in that back portion of the draw cycle. Very, very impressed with the hand shock and the jump forward that Matthews has on this bow. There's little to none, much less than the Rx4 Alpha. Rx4 Alpha is not bad at all. There's not nearly as much as there has been in the past with the Rx1, which I currently own. But this VXR 28 is a smooth shooting mother fricker, man. Holy crap. And that string angle is not that bad for a 28-inch bow. Like, that is tiny. I've always been a fan of bigger bows just because I like that string angle, and they are a little bit more forgiving. Let's shoot this thing one more time. And that pin just settles so nicely. My level bubble is level, and it does not want to go anywhere else except level. And that back wall is solid. I really like that. Wow. So first impressions, guys. I am a fan of Hoyt's carbon. I do like the carbon. I like that it's warmed to the touch in cold weather situations. I like the finish of it. I like the design of it. It's a solid looking bow, but so is the Matthews. This one, I don't know what it is. I've typically not in the past been a fan of the look of Matthews, but this one for sure just looks better to me. It's way good. It is machined aluminum with kind of the boxy riser, which they took, so you can see the cutouts there. If I make that even with you guys, and they obviously cutouts there. So it's that boxy riser that they took away from their target archery bows. And I can tell it's, I mean, it settles good, it shoots good, it's dead in the hand, the grip feels good. Grip feels good on both of them. This one's got a little bit more jump forward. But like I said, they are both great bows, both set at 30-inch draws at 70 pounds. The cams are a similar size. The VXR is a little bit bigger. Let's shoot this VXR one more time. VXR price starts at, don't hold me to this, but I think it's $11.99, and then the Rx4 Alpha starts at $16.99, $1,700, something like that. Very smooth draw cycle, very dead in the hand. It doesn't want to torque itself very much. And then you just slowly pull your elbow back and let that arrow fly. Very impressed with these two bows, guys. I did a review on the VXR 31-inch, and then comparing it to, oh, here's the group to this one. So that's about the exact same as what that Hoyt was. Comparing it to the Hoyt Rx4 Ultra, so the two longer axle bows. And I was favoring more towards the VXR 31. It's obviously cheaper, shot better, had a lot less hand shock than that Ultra. But after shooting these two bows, guys, the let's go ahead and move this. The Hoyt Alpha, Rx4 Alpha, shoots really well. I'm very impressed with the way that that shoots compared to the Ultra. A lot less hand shock, feels better in the hand. I feel like the balance is almost better. String angle is definitely not as large, but you know, I'm totally good with living without that. And then the VXR 28 shoots really good. That I wasn't sure if I was going to be a fan of the 28-inch axle with that steep string angle, but they've really accomplished to make that not seem like it is as steep as it is. So we're going to go ahead and shoot both these bows through the chronograph, and then see which one shoots faster and see which one's more consistent. So let's head on over there. Alright, we are going to go ahead and weigh both bows. See what the weight difference is. So here's the Matthews VXR 28 at 4.92 pounds, and that's with a rest and a sight. So now let's go ahead and weigh the Rx4 Alpha. .85 with rest and a sight. Very similar weights for these two. You got a couple extra inches axle on the Hoyt, and then a couple less here on the VXR. So we are going to shoot through the chrono and see how fast both these bows are shooting. If you guys come here, TNT, you got two cute little puppies here. Oh, these little puppies. Oh, these little puppies. Oh, they like to get lots of kisses. First up in the chronograph is the VXR 28. You're gonna see how fast this sucker's shooting. We'll do 2 arrows out of both. 312 feet per second on that first shot. Second shot out of the VXR 28. .311. Let's do a third shot and take the best out of 3. So 312, 311 on those 2. Third shot out of the VXR 28. .312, so average of 311.5. All right, next up is the Rx4 Alpha. Let's go ahead and shoot this one through the crown. I'll see what we're shooting. .301. All right, second shot out of the Rx4 Alpha. See what that is on the chrono. Duplicate 301. So very consistent with those 2 arrows. Let's go ahead and shoot arrow 3. Rx4 Alpha. .300. So we're going to average that out to be 300.5 FPS. So the VXR is shooting 11 FPS faster than the Hoyt, but pretty similar. VXR is a little bit lighter, Hoyt's a little bit heavier. VXR shoots faster. the Hoyt Rx4 does shoot a little bit slower, but pretty similar bows. So let's go ahead and go shoot them in the range a couple times, and then really aim in and see which one's gonna be shooting a better group. All right, VXR is up first, VXR 28 to be exact. Let's go ahead and anchor in and see if we can get a good grouping out of 2 arrows. All right, second shot. And neither one of these bows are sighted in to a perfect bullseye, so we're going off the groups. Just remember that. Pretty good group there. All right, next up is the Hoyt Rx4 Alpha. 2 shots out of this bad boy. We're gonna go with the top bullseye of that paper target. And neither one of these bows have a peep or anything, so just aiming down the string just by experience. All right, second shot for the Hoyt. That's a pretty good shot. All right, guys, let's go ahead and see grouping on these 2 bows. So first up is the VXR, aiming right there. Got those 2 a couple inches apart. And then right here we got the Hoyt. Those 2 a couple inches or an inch apart. So very similar groups there. It does look like the Hoyt did settle in a little bit more. I did feel better with that shot, with those shots. However, didn't feel bad with the VXR shots either. So grouping's good. They both feel good, both shoot good, both sit in there, sit in the hand good. Let's go ahead and shoot the Rx4 Alpha one last time. Couple arrows through here, the whole entire bow. All right, let's go as close as I can, get that whole bow in there. Let's go ahead and shoot this thing. Go ahead and get this VXR 28 up close shot for you guys. Make sure that whole thing's right there in the frame. All right, guys, that is all I have today for the VXR 28 and the Rx4 Alpha. Both really great bows. I got nothing bad to say about each bow. This one does have a little bit more hand shock. This one's got less hand shock. This one's lighter, shoots faster. It's Matthews. It's carbon. It's heavier, shoots a little bit slower. But both really great bows, guys. If I were to pick one right now to go buy, it would be the VXR. Great price range. Great bow. It's quiet. I like the quietness of it, and I like the steadiness in the hand that it offers. Got no complaints about this bow. Don't have very many complaints about the Hoyt either. I just really like the feel of the VXR. So guys, get down to your nearest dealer, archery shop, pro shop, and give them a shot. See how they feel for you. If you pick the RX4, I am 100% on board with you buying that RX4. I'm happy for you if that's what you like. If you like the VXR, I'm happy and on board with that one as well. But get out, shoot as many bows as you can to really decide which one feels best for you in your hand. Don't just go with a Hoyt because so-and-so shoots it because it's cool. It is cool, and it is cool to shoot a bow that so-and-so shoots, right? But no, go ahead and give them a shot, guys, and comment below if what your guys' thoughts are. And thanks so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate the support. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate the support. Helps me out and continue to make videos like this and come in here to TNT Archery with Terry over there to help you out. So yeah, if you're in Southern Utah, come into this shop and let Terry know I sent you. So we will see you guys next time.